How's it going, everybody? This is Jade back with part 2 of the G20 special event on the digital economy featuring Donald Trump. This portion, being part 2, is going to start off with President Donald Trump speaking about the digital economy. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into listening to what President Trump has to say.
Well, thank you very much, Prime Minister Abiy. It's an honor to join you and so many distinguished world leaders for this special session on the digital economy. American success in the digital economy is based on free flow of data, strong privacy and intellectual property protection, access to capital, and innovation. The United States is committed to sustaining this approach to digital trade long into the future. We're eager to work with like-minded partners around the world to advance these priorities. The digital economy is a crucial driver of economic growth. At the same time as we expand digital trade, we must also ensure the resilience and security of our 5G networks. This is essential to our shared safety and prosperity. Further, the United States opposes data localization and policies which have been used to restrict digital trade flows and violate privacy and intellectual property protections. The United States seeks a future of digital trade that empowers all of our people. We look forward to working with other G20 members to advance an open, fair, and market-based digital economy that provides for the free flow of data and brings new prosperity to all of our nations. Thank you very much.
So there you have it. President Donald J. Trump coming out and telling you that America, it's going to make sure that the blockchain, the digital economy, that it's prosperous long into the future, right? And that this is of paramount importance for our global ecosystem to get on board this revolution. Because it's a revolution we can't afford to miss, right? Now, President Trump's pretty clear with his words, so no need to really elaborate, right? Everybody sees how exciting this is, right? This is world-shattering. And for those of you who don't understand what the digital economy is, if you're new to this whole digital asset revolution, well, one example of a digital asset would be Bitcoin, right? Everybody knows Bitcoin. But that's not the digital asset that the world powers are talking about using. No, they're talking about using a digital asset known as XRP. And XRP, not only is it far cheaper as far as the cost to buy XRP compared to Bitcoin, but the network is far more efficient. And because these central banks now, at least assumingly the central banks organizing here, again, as you will see from part 1 that I touched on, the central bank payment conference that occurred the 3 days prior to the G20 summit, where 50 banks, 186 delegates, and 99 organizations had their leaders attend a closed to the media, off the record conference in which right here Ripple Labs was in attendance to. No other blockchain company, right? You have IBM up here even, right? But look, no Stellar. Isn't that strange? Well, I hope that here's the list of all the central banks, the nations whose central banks are in attendance, right? Basically everybody of importance. The United States does not seem to be listed here, though. But every other major economy in the world is on this, including Saudi Arabia, Spain, Germany, France, United Kingdom. Oh, USA is here. I'm sorry. They shortened it to USA instead of United States. Okay, never mind. So yeah, everybody's there in attendance, including our central bank, the Fed. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. XRP is the future. And right now it's only worth 41 cents. It only has a market cap of $17 billion. And it's going to need that market cap to be in the tens, if not hundreds of trillions, to be able to perform the tasks that these world leaders, Donald Trump here and the others, are putting out before us, right? This doesn't happen with an asset that's only valued at 17 billion. Its value needs to go up significantly to facilitate the exchange of value that these individuals in power are discussing being exchanged via this new digital economy. So let's listen to the next individual here. And then,
thank you very much.
World Trade
Director
Organization.
General of WTO, Mr. Azevedo, please.
Well, thank you
Sorry, he's the head of the World Trade Organization. I spoke over the announcer there.
very much, and I want to congratulate Japan on this initiative. A fragmentation of the digital economy would hurt us all. It would mean higher costs and higher barriers to entry, affecting developing countries and smaller businesses the most. The 20th century showed that a fractured global trade order was not sustainable. That's why we created the multilateral system and the WTO. And the same is true today. We may well be working on a constitution for the economy of the 21st century. Prime Minister Abe has shown real leadership in placing global rules on the digital trade on the top of our priorities. The Osaka track commits the participants to promoting global rules on the digital trade. We are working to deliver this through the WTO, and we have already seen huge leaps forward being taken. Negotiations are now underway between 78 WTO members representing 90% of global trade. This is a real revolution in global trade. Most G20 members are on board. Determination exists, so we will see success.
There you have it. This is a real revolution, ladies and gentlemen, in global finance, but a real revolution nonetheless. And this will be a monetary revolution. So if you're not on board, you're missing the opportunity of 20 lifetimes right now. Tell me, is last week's worth of pay, or maybe, you know, the next month of going out or blowing money on a new video game, or whatever it is that you spend worthless amount, money on that's worthless ultimately? It's only for short-term fun, right? What are you throwing money at that you could be putting towards your future in an investment where a small amount, even $100, has the potential to become tens of thousands, if not more, right? That's what we're talking about here with this meeting here. The potential for people to change their lives dramatically over the next few years as this new asset, XRP, that they're all using, matures. This is life-changing. I'm not a financial advisor, however. I'm just some random person on the internet who stumbled upon this thing that's going on in the world. And I've spent nearly a year and a half obsessing specifically over this one group, Ripple Labs, their digital asset XRP, and how that particular asset is being adopted by all of the leading nations' banks, central banks, who control money to begin with, who control all the money that's in circulation now. And they are all now collaborating with Ripple Labs to bring this new digital economy to fruition. And what you're hearing now at G20 Summit from all these world leaders is them saying they've said yes. They are going forward with RippleNet. They intend to make the global trade system decentralized, a level playing field. Welcome to the future. Everybody who's in, welcome to the new world order, right? Let's please change this world for the better now. And anybody else looking to join our revolution and make this world a better place, hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and stay tuned for how we are going to change the world when we're granted the power due to our foresight into seeing where the world is going. right? Pat yourself on the back if you've been in this for a few months, right? If you saw this coming beforehand too, because I know I'm not the only one. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people in our community who have dug up everything on this. This has been a community effort to get us to this point, and this really does feel like the summit, right? This is the biggest thing that we could possibly get, and it's wild to me because I have a feeling that it's not even going to be taken as seriously as it should be. But hey, that's all good for those of us who are in, who realize what's about to happen. And it's gonna show real soon. You know, I don't know how long it's gonna take. No one knows. But the words that we're hearing come from the G20 in regards to how all the nations are agreeing to this new system. I mean, what else can we really hope for, right? Other than just a smooth rollout process. Because as you heard there from the leader of the World Trade Organization, over 80% of our economy, of the global economy, has already agreed to go forward with this new initiative, this new digital revolution. Now, this video has already become plenty long enough, and the President of Japan obviously is going to have the remaining remarks. And again, unfortunately, the narrator for him is so soft voiced compared to him that I just couldn't follow her. I tried listening through a few times before doing these recordings, and I just couldn't extract what he was saying, though I do feel that it's quite important. So maybe we'll be able to get another video out with just his segment where they have appropriate voice translation so that we can get his remarks, right? But for now, this is the Martian take on the G20 summit. Better news than I really honestly expected. Like, I know I've been saying, oh, we're waiting to see what we get out of G20, but that's more so because I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this good of news. I'm in shock, I think, honestly. And that's why I think that I'm so convinced that a lot of people aren't going to take this as seriously as it is, because this is the beginning of the rest of our lives, and I'm in shock, right? So, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to be looking into how I can get a hold of as many more XRP as I possibly can, because things are in motion, my friends, and I think that the price is going to very soon reflect all these motions that we've witnessed over the last year of development, essentially, right? So, with all that said, I've been Jade, you've been watching The Martian Report, and I can't wait to see all of you in my next video on Mars. But aren't we on Mars now? It feels like it. Come on, XRP, just hit the moon.